Should parents with infants who are not vaccinated against measles be worried about measles right now? What, if anything, should they do about the measles outbreak in the various places in the U.S.?
So I would want you to put your child on vitamin A and vitamin D and vitamin C. They are so protective, and Larry's talking about what our grandmothers knew. You can give them cod liver oil, for example. And high-dose vitamin A is actually very effective as a treatment for measles, and yet the 2 poor girls in Texas who died didn't have the chance to get that. That's been published in the literature for decades, and yet they didn't receive that very well-documented and even WHO-recommended treatment. The other thing is that, and I think Dell's slides pointed this out, is that if my 2-year-old granddaughter was in a daycare that had measles case, I would send her over there and I'd put a blanket over the table and put the measles kit of my grandchild in there, because she is very likely to do well with it, and then she's going to be protected against certain cancers and certain inflammatory bowel disease, and her immunity is lifelong. And heart disease.
The challenge that I think we have in the whole arena of infectious disease and vaccines is that we're taught that if a child doesn't have the measles infection, she doesn't have the measles virus inside of her. And that's wrong. And so just because a child doesn't have the measles doesn't mean she doesn't have the virus in her body. If you step back and look at the microbiology of the body, we have an estimate, again, just what the literature says, of 400 trillion microorganisms circulating inside the cells, along the linings of the body, and in the mitochondria. And so there's this belief that the human body has 400 trillion microorganisms in it and on it, but not the 50 or so bacteria and viruses we vaccinate against.